What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking all about the field upgrades as well as their charge rates in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, because I have had many of you guys asking me to share the exact timing on all of these, and I was curious for myself as well. I wanted to know if all the fast charging field upgrades would charge in the same amount of time. Same thing goes with medium and slow, and it turns out they don't. So I feel this is a fairly important video to know about if you're trying to optimize things. Keep in mind with this video though, I'm not going to be breaking down individual field upgrades and how they perform. I have already done some dedicated videos to individual field upgrades that I feel require a bit of testing and explanation to fully understand rather than just reading a description, and I do plan on covering some more individually in the future. And without further ado, let's just dive right into these individual field upgrade charge times. A big thing to note with these charge times is, unlike other Call of Duty games, it appears there is no change to these charge times based on the game mode that you're playing. It'll take the exact same amount of time regardless of the mode. And let's start this off with the fast charging field upgrades. It turns out they're not actually ordered properly from like fastest to slowest in the menu, so you can't really trust that. However, in this graphic I'm sharing, I am laying them out fastest to slowest. And the fastest charging field upgrade in the game right now is the deployable cover at 47 seconds, followed by the tactical camera at 63 seconds. Then we have the DDoS and trophy system both at 79 seconds. And then finally the inflatable decoy as well as dead silence will charge in 94 seconds. So even within this category of fast charging field upgrades, there is a pretty big disparity on the low end versus the high end. It takes literally twice as long to charge up an inflatable decoy or a dead silence compared to a deployable cover. And this highlights just how important it is to know all of the details on this and not just go by the category itself. As for the next category, this is the medium charging field upgrades, and in order this includes Battle Rage at 126 seconds, the Tactical Insertion at 140 seconds, and then finally the last three, the Munitions Box, Loadout Drop, and Portable Radar, all have the same charge time at 158 seconds. With this one, there isn't nearly as much of a disparity between the slowest and the fastest charging, but it is still worth noting that Battle Rage is faster than the others, for instance. And then finally, for the slow charging field upgrades, we have the Smoke Airdrop at 190 seconds, the Recon Drone at 204 seconds, and then the Suppression Mine as well as the Anti-Armor rounds will take 220 seconds to charge. And there we go, those are all of the charge rates for the field upgrades in the game. Like I said, doesn't matter which mode you're playing, it's going to take the same amount of time to charge. Also, the map doesn't change things either, just in case you're wondering there. However, this also only talks about the base charge times when you're not earning score, you're not getting kills, you're not playing the objective, and by earning score in a game, you will reduce these charge times. And it turns out, based on my testing, it's the exact same rate for score as earning our perks in this game, with the bonus and ultimate perks. For every 100 score that you earn in the game, it will cut your charge time down by 1 second. So an example for this is 1 kill in Team Deathmatch will award 125 score in this game, and therefore it will take 12.5 seconds off of the charge time of your field upgrade. So with something like a DDoS, for instance, with a 79-second charge rate, if we were just looking at kills alone in Team Deathmatch, it would take us just over 6 kills to get a DDoS. But of course, no matter what, there's going to be some time that passes between those kills. So more realistically, we have several different scenarios here. We could get 3 kills within 41.5 seconds, that'll get us a DDoS, or 4 kills in 29 seconds, 5 kills in 16.5 seconds, or if somehow you get really lucky, 6 kills within 4 seconds will get you a DDoS basically immediately. So you can see there that getting score really can significantly cut down on these field upgrade charge rates, and you will be rewarded for being aggressive, pushing, getting kills, and playing the objective. And that's really the basics of the charge times and how they work. However, there's a bit more depth we want to cover here. What about if you use Field Upgrade Pro? This is something we had access to in Modern Warfare 2019 as well. And with this, you have the ability to select 2 field upgrades to charge up in a game, and then once they're charged, when you activate your field upgrade, you get an additional prompt to choose which one of those 2 field upgrades you want to use in that given moment. So this just increases the versatility a bit and allows you a little bit of choice. However, you may be interested in knowing how this impacts the charge time. And what if we choose something like a deployable cover, the fastest charging field upgrade, as well as anti-armor rounds, the slowest charging field upgrade? Well, it turns out the total charge time for this is just going to go with whichever the slowest of the 2 is. So in this case, it's going to go with 220 seconds to charge these. And that means if you're using this particular combination in the game and you really want a deployable cover, you're now going to have to wait a full 220 seconds to get that deployable cover. rather than the 47 seconds that it would take if you weren't using this Pro version with 2 field upgrades selected. So obviously in this case, this is probably not going to be your best bet unless you really just wanted anti-armor rounds and the deployable cover is more of a bonus where you maybe want the option for it, but you don't want to be using it regularly. Maybe you can make an argument for that. But as a general rule, if you are going to be using 2 field upgrades, you generally want to stick to 2 field upgrades with somewhat similar charge times. So I'd likely stick with field upgrades that are within the same category of charge rates. So I'd use 2 fast field upgrades or 2 medium field upgrades or 2 slow field upgrades. And I wouldn't want to mix and match too much outside of that. Unless, of course, the primary field upgrade that you're going to be using more often than not is the slower charging one, and the faster charging one, you just want to have the option to have it there on hand, but it's not going to be the primary one that you're using. And then finally, there's one last thing to cover when we're talking about charging field upgrades, of course, and this is the Overclock Perk, which is an ultimate perk in this game. And I did the testing with this, and it turns out it works exactly how it's described in the description. So with this, once you earn this perk, it gives you the ability to hold up to 2 charges of your field upgrade. Additionally, it increases your charge rate by 40%, and I did test to confirm this, and that is accurate. And on top of this, the moment you earn it, it will give you a free fully charged field upgrade. So if you've already got your field upgrade charged when you earn this, you get the second one that you can hold in storage immediately without having to wait for it to charge. And this can be an excellent perk as well if you're playing in a way that's really field upgrade heavy. Maybe you're popping Dead Silence constantly or Battle Rage or whatever it might be. If you're really using your field upgrades a lot, Overclock is a great perk for this. Obviously, it's not going to be the best for everyone. Like for me personally, I don't really use field upgrades all that often. I like to have a munitions box just sort of sitting there waiting for if I run out of ammo, I've got it ready to go. And that's usually all I really do with field upgrades. But for those people that really like using field upgrades a lot and they really incorporate them into their gameplay, I'd highly recommend giving Overclock a shot. And with that, that's everything I've got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding of how all the charge times work, how that Field Upgrade Pro works, as well as how the Overclock perk works. And this is where I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you guys think about how they've handled field upgrades as well as their charge times in this game? Do you feel like some of these field upgrades are charging faster or slower than they should be based on their power? Do you like the fact that it doesn't change per game mode, or would you prefer if there were different charge rates depending on the game mode you're playing? And what do you guys think of the Overclock perk? Just let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.